Hey, Genki Call here with faction info and teams for the Deep Hive. The Deep Hive is connected to Drifting Sands, so of course your level here can make a difference because starting at level 12 you start getting these faction horde stat bonuses that are incredibly helpful. And then, of course, you have to have a faction horde, so make sure that you get your horde at least to a quality 10 if you can before you start delving, if it's possible, because the quality is what gets you those nice high quality chests at the end. And then as far as the level goes, I did pure faction here at level 133 with no potions. Pure faction. Awesome! Very, very pleased with that. This isn't a difficult pure faction. It's kind of luck based a little bit, but now that there are permanent potions that you get starting at level 100 with the potion of enchantment, it's going to be a lot easier than what I did. So you probably won't even need a horde this high to get pure faction done here at the Deep Hive. So level 133, in case you're wondering why it's such a weird number, is because at 111, 122, 133, that's when the magic goes up. 144, etc. And then I'll put in a link to the potion video. At the end of this video, you'll find a thumbnail explaining how the potions work in case you don't know. So the troops here for the Deep Hive, let's go over those. If you've been playing this game at all, you know who Queen Beatrix is. She is one of the most powerful troops in the game, despite only being a legendary. And let me get T for the, should be just Deep Hive, but whatever. So, Queen Beatrix is a legendary. She creates 9 green and brown gems. She can loop just from that. She does true scatter damage, and then there are independent 40% chances to get an extra turn and half her mana back. So she could get an extra turn and half of her mana back, and it's just, that's not even the best thing about Queen Beatrix. There is also this. Cleanse all allies when matching 4+ gems. So if you don't have Queen Beatrix, the Deep Hive is one of the first places that you should be going when you hit the underworld. Use your Chaos Shards here and get Queen Beatrix. She is a game changer. She is just so incredibly useful. Really good troop. And the scatter damage is true scatter damage with looping. Awesome! Alright, next up we've got the Scarab Knight, who is the tank for the Deep Hive. Barrier and armor with, again, the independent chances to get an extra turn and half the mana back. Skull damage reduction by 50%. The pure faction team that I used was the Scarab Knight and 3 Queen Beatrix. You could always try 4 Queen Beatrix and just loop them to death. I found it useful to have the tank there, but you may not need it. Moth Mage is comparatively extremely useless. This is damage to all enemies instead of scatter damage, where it can be a little different for each troop that you hit. This is flat out damage to all enemies. But it's not true damage. I mean, if you're using Queen Beatrix, you're doing true damage. Why do you even need the Moth Mage? So, the Beetle Blade is actually really dangerous if you have a lot of brown on the board, because if there are 13 or more, he does triple damage. Plus, he summons a Dust Storm at the start of battle. He's stealthy. So, I don't ever use him really, but he is very useful when he gets that triple damage. But Scarab Knight, 3 Queen Beatrix, that's really all you need. As for the the faction weapon, it is the Honeydipper. The Honeydipper is available in the Soul Forge and the shop only when there is a faction assault for the Deep Hive. You won't ever be able to get this unless we're doing a faction assault at the Deep Hive. But it will be in the Soul Forge, but it is a much better value to get it with gems in the faction assault shop if you've got to have it. Damage to an enemy and charm them, there are independent 30% chances, you know, the same type of thing as with the rest of the troops here. I do like the fact that it charms. I do like the chances to get an extra turn. That's always nice. And it creates a dust storm as well. So I wasn't sure what this reaching was. Damage to the second enemy. And drain a little mana from the first enemy as well. I tried this out yesterday, and it's okay. But it's alright. But it is another weapon for Drifting Sands if you need one for there. And, you know, if you're a collector, of course, you're going to want it as well. As far as teams go, besides the pure faction team, I have a lot of teams here. I had to make myself stop because I could have created more teams for another hour and still have had more teams to make. This information on Explode, Destroy, and other things that can get you lots of mana, they're not going to fit in the description, so it will only be on the forum. There will be a link to my forum in the description below to this specific post. Of course, I've got lots of teams for no legendaries, for quick delves, and for the higher level teams as well. I've got some skull spamming teams here. Rowan can be used here. The gargoyles can be used here. They are very useful as well. And I forgot to put in a team for Gargoyle with, what's her name? Chalcedony. I should make a team for that. But anyway, so we have Picea we can use here. We've got Amarok. I made 3 teams here that should make Libara viable. I'm thinking that these are going to work really well. I'm excited to try them out. I've got more than one team here for Amarok, it looks like. It's almost the same. I made them at different times and put them in different places, but I'll fix that. But Draculus, there just are a ton of choices for this place. Good teams. Picea already mentioned. I've got a bunch of teams here for hiking Iron Gut with different builds. And then also, I think it's going to be very useful to do Scorpius and Euryale or Scorpius and Magnus with Medusa, because Medusa doesn't just curse, she also stuns. So if something is immune to, if it's immune to poison, she's going to take that away. Because she's going to curse and stun, that takes it away. So this should be incredibly useful, even if the troops are have a trait gained during the delve to make them immune to poison. That has been the problem in the past. But of course, if you don't have Medusa, you can use Matron Velen or anything that curses or stuns. Stun would probably be better because that trait that they can pick up. But anyway, lots of options for you. I hope that these are helpful for you. All of the information I can fit will be in the description box below. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you folks soon. Bye-bye!